So today we're going to start taking a look at this airbrush kit from Inokraft. They reached out to me and asked if I would be to check it out. And I've used airbrushes all my life, so I know a lot about them. And I said, absolutely. Now, when it came in, first of all, I was absolutely blown away by the weight of this thing and how much stuff you get in this kit. So I wanted to make sure to put it all back in here so I could show you what comes in the box. So the first thing out of the box is this neat little kit. You unzip it, and what's in here is all of your cleaning tools and some other small supplies, some extra needles, some crown caps, a mix bottle to mix your paints and be able to put it in. It's just really nice that it's also in this case here. So great touch. You've got a kit of airbrush paint, so it's actually going to include the paint. One thing that, as I grew up and learned about airbrushing and things like that, it was hard to get everything that you needed together, and it was a big disappointment. What I've found with this kit is you've got everything you need and more, not just for the beginner, but also a person that's been doing it for quite a while. Now, this set includes black, blue, green, red, airbrush thinner, and airbrush cleaner. So very critical even to have that. This is the airbrush itself, and wow, I'm blown away by the quality. This is a nice heavy-duty piece. I have airbrushes all the way up to some of the most expensive ones, and this feels like those. I mean, it feels like a nice heavy-duty brush. So some things, it's a dual-action airbrush. So if you push down, that's going to control your airflow. You pull back, that's going to control the paint flow. So that's going to let you go to the real fine detail or paint a bigger area at once. Now, it's got things like this knob on the back, which is going to help control if you're not completely adept at this pulling back with the paint flow. You can screw this in, and now that trigger isn't going to go as far back, so that's going to control some of the paint flow there. Of course, this is your paint cup with a cover on the top. I've got airbrushes that are very expensive, and this cup does not come off, but this one will actually come off. That's going to serve two functions. One, it's going to help you clean the gun a little bit better, but two, if you have a really small piece or something that you're not going to use a lot of paint and it's a real fine detail area, you can use this tiny little cup. So that comes in really, really handy. Oops. Also in this box, you're going to find a little it's a suction bulb. So what that does is help you get the paint that you haven't used out of these cups. You could squirt it back in your paint bottle and you're good to go. And also a little tiny wrench, which comes in handy when disassembling this. Let's go ahead and open this. Now, this is the heart of any airbrush kit. This is what sets this kit apart from some of the other ones that you may find online. And this is the compressor itself. First of all, you've got these rubber suction cup feet. What that's going to do is minimize the vibration and take down the noise on this compressor. I can tell you that based on the size of the compressor, that this is going to provide a perfect airflow for you. Also on the top, you've got a holder. Let me take the airbrush itself to be able to show you. Now, whenever this is hooked up to a hose and you're done using it for just a few minutes, or you want to mix a different thing of paint, you don't want to just set it down on the counter because now you've got paint dumping everywhere. This holder is perfect because it's going to hold your brush just like this, so you're ready for it. The hose is going to come down, the hose is going to attach here. It's also got an oil water separator on this side, which is going to capture any moisture that's coming through so you don't have spitting into your work. It's got a pressure indicator here, and it's just a really nice piece. Also tucked away in here is your hose. So this one is a woven material, which is going to last a long time. It's really strong. It's also a nice diameter. This one end of this is going to screw into the end of the brush. The other one's going to screw into the compressor here. And as we go through some demonstration and I show you, you're going to see a lot more about that. So let's go into that part and actually see this brush in action. So my initial impressions were right on the money. Not only was I able to get the fine detail with this airbrush, also able to get the greater surface area as well. And most important, that compressor held up, gave me the perfect air pressure from start to finish. You are going to love this airbrush from Inokraft.